Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. I've just returned from Sydney and I had the time of my life. My good friend Greg Kinder took fantastic care of me. And Greg started talking to me about the up-and-coming federal election. And to all my non-Australian viewers, basically Australia is about to hold a federal election in a couple months' time. And it's for the office of Prime Minister. That's like your American president. And elections are coming up. We're getting into election mode. And Archie thought it'd be a good idea if he gave his 2 cents worth for all the undecided voters. So without further ado, I'm going to declare my hand and I'm going to tell you who I'm supporting, and I'll give you 5 key reasons why I think a certain side should win. So I'm a bit of a swinger when it comes to the political spectrum. And I got to say, many years ago, I joined the Labor Party. And I went there to meet girls, and fuck, was it a letdown. They were all lesbians. You know, they were all carpet munchers. And, you know, I couldn't meet any fucking girls there. And then I went and joined, when I was at university, I joined the Liberal Party. And I handed out how to vote cards for Sally Ann Atkinson. It was 1990. And she was a Lord Mayor. She was for the Lord Mayor. And she didn't win, by the way. But I had my first offer. A girl said to me, "Hey, let's go home." And I've never, you know, that was the first offer I've had there in my life. Young Archie, he didn't know how to handle it. He was unprofessional, okay? He didn't know how to respond. But your first offer, you never forget your first offer. And that was at a Liberal Party function. So, you know, that just go. Now, look, okay, which side? Okay, it's very tricky. In Australia, we have 2 sides of politics. We've got the Labor Party, which is like the Americans' Democrats. And we've got the Liberal, or the Liberal National Party, called the LNP, which Liberal sort of normally means Democrat side of politics, but no, in Australia, the Liberal Party is the Conservative. They're like your Republicans. So Archie's going to declare his hand. I urge all my supporters and fans and haters to vote for Tony Abbott in the upcoming federal election. That's right. I urge everyone to vote LNP, Tony Abbott. And I've got 5 clear reasons I'd like to discuss with you. Let's go through the reasons. Number 1, Tony Abbott is a very, very strong Catholic. He gets guidance from Archbishop George Pell, the head of the Australian Catholic Church. And I think the leaders in political parties need to get some religious input. And the Catholics, what a great way to get some input. And, you know, the Catholic Church has run such things as orphanages. They have run schools. They have, you know, they've been such outstanding members of the community. And the good thing about Catholics is that they know how to fucking handle bad situations. They had all this sex abuse allegations. You know, the clergy was playing with the altar boys. And, you know, in typical Catholic Church fashion, they decided to move them into another parish and piss them off, and nothing was reported to the police. It was a huge fucking cover-up. And you need that mentality in politics. Stonewall, deny, 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 do fuck all, and the problem will go away. So I think the Catholic Church itself is a great role model for Tony Abbott to have there. So I'm really pleased about the Catholic alliance with Tony. The other thing is, speaking to Jesus again, is that if you're not so much a Catholic, this is the second reason to vote LNP, they get huge support from the Hillsong Church. That's right, the Hillsong Church. They're a fundamentalist Christian group, and I mean, they really, you know, they got Jesus on their side. And they take the Bible literally. And, you know, it's good to know that, you know, Tony Abbott gets so much money from the Hillsong Church and their prayers. They speak in tongues. They pray for the nation. And it's good to know the fundamental Christians, they're out there backing Tony Abbott. And that's a really good relief, because when you look at Tony Abbott's environmental policies, you know, he'd have to be a creationist. He'd have to believe the world was created in 7 days, because, you know, he stood all against any environmental slaughter they're against. You know, they'll support any environmental slaughter, and, you know, they think the global warming is it's a cult. It's a religious Labour Party plot. That's what it is. So, you know, the Hillsong Church, fundamental Christians, I want my leaders believing in the world was created in 7 days. And I tell you now, that's a fucking good reason to vote LNP. They got the support of the Catholics and the fundamental Christians. So that's two good things there. The third reason is we've got to keep it in the family. We've got to keep it in the family. And this is family values. Family values. And I'm not going to say terribly much about family values. I'm just going to read an excerpt from Wiki. So, and the link is in my description here, and relates to one of the greatest Liberal Party leaders of all time, Sir Billy Snedden. That's right, Sir Billy Snedden. And Sir Billy Snedden, you know, we've got to keep it all in the family. I'll just read you. I'll read you from Wiki, because I don't want to get into any fucking libel laws, so I'll read you Wiki. I've got no comment to make. Death. When the Fraser government was defeated by Hawke in 1983, Snedden resigned from Parliament. He separated from his wife and withdrew from public life as his health declined from a number of reasons. On 27 June 1987, just hours after attending John Howard's election campaign, Snedden suffered a fatal heart attack at the Travel Lodge at Rushcutters Bay while having sex with his son Drew Snedden's ex-girlfriend. The Melbourne Truth headlined its report, "Snedden died on the job," whilst the Sydney Morning Herald, highly respected Fairfax newspaper, reported that Snedden was wearing a condom and that it was loaded. Now, if that doesn't fucking encourage all you whippersnappers to vote Liberal, I don't fucking know what will. I mean, he died on the job and he finished. That's a lot more you can say than a lot of fucking politicians. Let me give you the fucking drum there. And the fourth reason you need to vote LNP is because of our good, tireless leader, John Howard. And John Howard was a great leader. He was a great leader. And let me just read you a quote from the great man himself. And John Howard said in August 1988, "I would like to see it, the rate of Asian... Sorry, I'll take that back. I wouldn't like to see it, the rate of Asian immigration greater." There you go. John Howard was clearly anti-Asian, even though Australia is in the Asian region. And I can understand that, you know, I could understand that. I sort of disagree with that. Where are we supposed to get our AMP workers from? Asian massage parlour. Where do we get our sushi from? You know, we're part of the Asian region, but it's good that, you know, he doesn't really want to join. That's a good reason to vote LNP. And finally, the final reason you should vote LNP is because even working class people in Australia, even if you're a 14-year-old who takes a job at fucking McDonald's, the employer is burdened with paying fucking superannuation on your behalf. It's a compulsory type of saving. In Australia, 9% of whatever you make is put into a investment sort of trust for your retirement. What a fucking waste of money. And I'd like to see that. You know, it's unfair that working class people have superannuation when they retire. I mean, let me say this to you. Where are all the older cleaners going to come from? Where are all the older valet parkers going to come from if they've got their own money to retire from? It's just shit. And you can thank the fucking Labor Party for bringing out fucking compulsory superannuation. Those bastards in the Labor Party. What a waste of money. And, you know, I don't think it's fair that the poor are allowed to retire with dignity and have some sort of life. It's just not luxury. So there you go. There's 5 clear reasons why you should vote LNP in the next election. I'm Archie Luxury. Please tell me what you think. Nice one, Archie. Jesus Christ. I don't think the Catholic Church is that great. A lot of those fucking people were molested.